Great. Hey there. Welcome back to welcome to what Icelanders are talking about. We haven't been here for a while, for several reasons. Mainly because we are busy publishing a paper, but it's a nice weather and it's the right moment for a YouTube video, I guess.
It is. The weather is delightful for recording videos.
My name is Valur Gréttisson.
And I'm Andie Fontaine.
And we are, I'm editor-in-chief at Grapevine, and you are of course editor, news editor.
Yeah.
We're going to go through a few things today. We haven't been here for a while, so this is perhaps not the newest news, but we need to go through this, right?
Yes.
First of all, we're going to talk about the shark boots.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about the Russian Instagram star that drove off-road in Iceland, and everybody was really unhappy about that. And in the end, if you have time, we're going to go through the army base in Iceland. The army that is not supposed to be here, actually.
Yes.
But first of all, shark boots.
Yes.
Perhaps you should just see the video clip, just like so people understand what's happening here. So, here you go.
Hvað með hérna? Þetta Lenny. Það svo að ná upp eða? Tókst á hann og sporðið bara. Farið vel, my friend. Tók ég vel að setja núna það villu? Nei, hann syndir að fylgja. Tókst á hann og sporðið fýblið. Ég það. Ég voru ekki.
I mean, it's a shocking stuff. What they did, basically, as you saw, was that they, these are like seasoned sailors from like the south corner of Iceland, and they cut off the tail of a shark and let it go again. This was, of course, people are unhappy about this for two obvious reasons. First of all, because I mean, it's just brutality against the animal, and the second one was that hunters in Iceland have they have standard when it comes to hunting. They do not do this in a cruel way. They do this because we are a fishing nation.
Yes.
So perhaps we're not like that sympathetic against the animal itself, like sharks, but we do not like to hurt them unnecessarily.
No, definitely not. What really drew a lot of attention is people pointed out that number one, the shark was a juvenile.
Yeah.
A very young shark.
But basically, like the sharks, they have found sharks that are like over 400 years old.
Yeah, these are Greenland sharks.
Yeah, so this is like, I mean, they can live on forever, basically.
Yeah, for really many centuries at least. And this is a youngin'. But at the core, it seemed that most people were upset because this was clearly done just out of spite.
Yeah.
I mean,
so like laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people who eat animals, I think, just generally assume, like, yes, animals are killed for food, but to, like, just cut off its tail and let it slowly bleed to death just seemed like spiteful and unnecessary, especially for how gleeful that they were about this.
Yeah.
But then there's the flip side to this, which is the reaction.
Yeah, the thing is, like, what they did is, I mean, we can't justify it. I mean, it was just cruel and nasty, and there was a harsh backlash, like, immediately, and the owners of the boat, like, who own this fishing factory, basically, they fired these guys on the spot. You would think that this was harsh enough. I mean, these are family men, and I mean, and they are not. I don't believe that they are cruel in nature, you know.
Yeah.
But this was just like a very foolish, like boyish bullshit, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit went down, right?
Yeah, it got really scary really quick. I mean, even on our own Facebook page, there were people calling for the exact same thing to be done to these two guys.
Yeah.
And then Aquaman, or Drago, Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he's for real, right?
Yeah, he chimed in on his Instagram, and that's, for me anyway, that's when I think things began to go too far.
Yeah, right. That was the turning point, I guess. I mean, he was, you can read about this, of course, at grapevine.is, where he started off like politely, like I know you family guys, and like really tough talk, and but still I kind of understand them their point of view or something. But in the end, he was like, "But if I will find you, I will fucking kill you."
Yeah, like straight up threats for murder, and posted screenshots of the Facebook pages of these two guys.
Yeah.
After Aquaman exhorts his Instagram followers,
to help brokers.
Yeah, I don't know, like the fishermen in question.
Yeah.
They haven't exactly been super apologetic about it, but
that's true.
There is this, at the same time, there is a sense of proportion. You know, they were fired. They'll probably be facing animal cruelty charges and fines.
Yeah, this is illegal, of course.
Yeah, this is not common practice in Iceland, for the record. But like threats of violence against people who have like families and children over this was going way too far, and I think Aquaman was able to get away with it by virtue of being a celebrity. Like if it was like some Jon Jonsson in Akranes who did this, like there'd probably be a court case about like threats of violence against another person.
Also, like I mean, they got like hundreds of death threats afterwards.
Yeah.
Their children got death threats, and it was incredibly nasty. And you kind of like ask yourself, like, yes, this was cruel against this animal, but I mean, a shark is a shark, a human is a human. There is a difference there. I know some don't see this, and I know this is like not a popular opinion, but I mean, you can't really take the pain of this animal and just put it on the human being. You know? That's a completely different ballgame.
Yeah, so it is a sense of proportion that's needed. It's just one of those, like so many news stories, a case where there's really no good guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there? You can't really sympathize with anyone in this story. So.
And I actually wrote an editorial about this. And I said that Aquaman should just apologize for this. I mean, that's still my opinion, that he should basically, like, you can of course be very harsh when you're criticizing what they did, but threatening them or telling, like, dog whistling to your fans, like to threaten these people, it's not okay in any sense. So this kind of just went insane in a very short amount of time. And don't forget that these guys, they don't have a job. They will probably not get a job for a while. No. They have kids. These are family men. Perhaps not like the smartest guys in the business, but I mean, they are kind of like outlaws right now.
Yes.
Like nobody wants to touch them. So, what did we learn from this?
If you're going to be cruel to animals, don't record it and share it live. No.
That is not.
What we learned is, I guess basically, is like have a sense of proportion. By all means, when you see someone acting inappropriately and proudly displaying this for the world, of course call them out, but the response should fit the crime, I think. You know.
Yeah, cut off their legs.
Cut off their legs.
Yeah, the only
throw them into a school of sharks. And then fend for themselves.
Like Bond type of like cruelty.
Yeah. James Bond style.
To the next one.
Yes.
The Russian Instagram stars. This was interesting. This even came in BBC.
Yeah.
The thing is that there were these Instagram stars from Russia, which is like, I mean, there are influencers, and then there are like influencers in like the first world or something. I don't know. I say this with like full respect for like in Russia and the third world, but this was basically just these guys are just putting pictures of like naked girls in G-strings and themselves like doing something like very manly and masculine and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I like in a way, but I mean it was more like a porn site than an Instagram site.
It really was. Like if you go through this. I don't remember his full name, but I've been calling him Sasha, which is the shortened form of Alexander.
Yeah.
And if you look at Sasha's Instagram, it's a lot of this type of stuff, of like him cavorting around somewhere, taking shots of himself, and then with these like very jarring cuts of like girls in their underwear having a pillow fight
Exactly.
without any context whatsoever.
So odd.
And that's what he did here. But what was really interesting to see is like with all his behavior, like the off-roading.
Yeah, we have to basically tell them what we're talking about first.
Yeah.
That's kind of the next thing, which is these guys. He came here to Iceland with some other smaller Instagram stars, I guess, stars, influencers, whatever they are, and they were traveling around Iceland in these jeeps, four wheels, and they went off-road near Mývatn, a beautiful place in the north of Iceland. But they got stuck in the mud, and the thing is, like, this is serious business in Iceland. You do not drive off-road. There are several reasons for this. The sole reason is basically that you can destroy the earth and moss and stuff, and this will not grow back in like hundreds of years. So what you're doing, if you do this, you are hurting our nature in a very bad way. And Icelanders have no humor for this.
They sure don't.
Again, like Sasha, I guess we're calling him that now.
Yes.
He was like also like kind of a victim of like Icelanders' naturist anger and outlets, you know.
He wasn't a victim.
Okay, not a victim, perhaps not. But Icelanders went nuts when they saw this video on Instagram, and they were like laughing and like thought this was pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that Icelanders, both in the comments and on his Instagram account, even in Russia, so it's Icelandic guy, he actually wrote in Russia, they were basically just telling him to like go to hell and die.
A lot of people deserve credit here. Like I first learned about this story from a Facebook group called Stupid Things Tourists Do in Iceland, which is popular.
There is a group called that?
Yeah. It's a very helpful Facebook group, highly recommended. Stupid Things Tourists Do in Iceland. And it's mostly filled with a lot of immigrants, actually, in this group. And it was these immigrants in Iceland who brought my attention to this. And then I noticed because he took a number of pictures of him posing with his car, like in this badly damaged geothermal earth. There's a lot of Russians who were also scolding him for his behavior. The Russian embassy in Iceland issued a statement like exhorting all visitors to Iceland to respect local customs and mores. But as you pointed out, this is more than just a custom. Iceland is a very, very fragile topsoil. And it's not only the moss that takes hundreds of years to grow back. Iceland has like this forestation program that's been ongoing because of how fragile the topsoil is. And it's a volcanic country. You've got to respect, just keep your vehicle on the road. It should be pretty simple.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, they got a fitting punishment, right? I mean, the police, they fined them for like, I think just a little under $5,000 for this.
Yeah, 5,000 euros.
5,000 euros, yeah.
Yes.
Keep in mind that driving off-road in Iceland, and if they caught you in the accident, you will pay a hefty fine.
Yes.
So $5,000 for an Instagram shot?
Yeah.
Not sure if it's worth it, right?
Maybe not for Sasha. He's kind of like a grade C Instagram influencer, even in.
I mean, he have to basically take pictures of ghosts and lingeries now for like 10 years or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you really have to
What's
get
been
it.
pretty galling about this is how like gleeful he was about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like even after he got back to
And
Russia.
he didn't get it. That was the funniest thing.
He didn't understand it at all. Like he did a compilation video after his return about his trip to Iceland, where he showed off not only driving off-road, but also trampling the moss and like cavorting around amongst horses, which you're also not supposed to do. Like, don't mess with people's horses or other livestock, please.
Yeah, well, there are conflicted opinions about this also.
Yeah.
I always let my kids like pet a horse, like.
That's true. And that the horses will sometimes go right up to the fence, wanting to be pet or fed.
Don't go into the location and follow them or something like that.
And the unfortunate thing about this discussion is that when you start saying this stuff, you give the impression that Iceland is a very restrictive place where it's impossible to have fun or something. But we're talking about some like basic common sense stuff. There's so much you can do in this country without destroying the natural beauty and breaking the law. You know?
Yeah, well, anyways, I think Sasha learned this lesson.
Yes.
He is missing €5,000,
Yes.
and he is probably one of the most unpopular, even more unpopular person in Iceland than the poor sailors, the cruel sailors, whatever they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are like the evil guys of the summer.
But I do want to praise the Russian embassy in Iceland for, like, rightly calling him out and advising other visitors to Iceland to be nice. Like, when an American tourist messes up in this country, I don't really remember seeing alerts from the U.S. embassy.
It would be hilarious, like the ambassador, like, yes, and we want to say to the idiot who was trying to off-road, like, well, stop it, you idiot.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
So, like, good on you, Russia.
To the next one.
Yes.
Base. Where can you go?
All about that base. Yeah, the military base.
You have to explain this to me. I haven't been paying attention here, but I have my opinions about the goddamn army.
All right. Well, just for a little background, the naval base in Keflavik, like, closed to an extent of in 2006, and however, there were some, like, what are called submarine watchers or submarine listeners who were left behind.
Yeah.
And ever since then, the U.S. military has been keenly interested in upgrading the base. And we've now reached a point where the U.S. Department of Defense has declassified a budget report that has millions of dollars of allocations to the base. And if you can read it on our site if you want, and see that in the line items of, like, where the money is going, they're clearly developing this base for combat readiness. I mean, they want to upgrade a special deck for the unloading and offloading of explosives. They want to improve, like, the launching area. They want to expand the parking apron, and which is okay. Like, they're clearly going for combat readiness, and we all know against whom.
I mean, they've been, like, being idiots in the Middle East now since like 2001, 2.
Yeah.
And of course, this incomprehensible war on terror. After, like, they killed Bin Laden, it kind of just done, you know. Well, they basically just left the Middle East, like, in a mess. And then they realized, oh yeah, of course, the Russians are still at it, right? And Iceland is, of course, well, like, in an army sense, this is the best location that you can ever find, because there is no more traffic in the world of, like, submarines, army submarines, than around our waters.
That's true.
This is kind of like, you need to have eyes and ears in Iceland. But in 2005-06, they left here because of the war on terror. And Icelanders were like, they were not happy about this, because there was a whole town depended on this, and it hasn't gotten on its feet again since then.
No.
So these guys are not that popular after they left, although we always had a very good relationship both with the US and also with the army officers in Iceland. There have never been a serious conflict or anything between, like, army soldiers or Icelanders.
Yeah, not since the 40s, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, this was like it was kind of a kick in the gut, and then they kicked us in the balls basically again when everything collapsed here, and they didn't want to help us out of our financial fuck-ups.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, exactly. So the US have been, like, drifting away for a while now.
Yes.
But they are, like, kind of sneaking in again, and it's odd because we have there have not been much of a military activity in Iceland for over 10 years or something. So this is like, I'm like, are they here or are they not here? I mean, what's the policy here?
They're definitely here. Like, if you check out Stars and Stripes, which is the media outlet for the U.S. military, and just punch in Iceland in the search bar, you'll see they're very candid, they're very open about their plans for Iceland and what they are doing and what they want to do. The thing that's really, like, raising a lot of anger amongst the locals here is how the Icelandic government is participating in this. Every year, the Icelandic government devotes a certain amount of money towards helping developing countries. This is called the Development Fund. And in the proposed budget, they want to take half of that money that's supposed to go to the world's poorest countries and give it instead to the Americans, and it amounts to about 300 million ISK. And that really boggles my mind. Like, why take this money away from the poorest? Why can't we take it away from the church or something?
You can never take something from the church.
No.
But the thing is, like, because I mean, this is something you would distract from the Independence Party, which is like very blue, very right-wing conservatives. But then you have a coalition with the left-green.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
Yeah, the left-green have they hate the army. They are basically the only one left that are against the NATO, NATO like some stuff.
Yeah, the NATO cooperation.
Yeah, the cooperation.
It's been a part of their party platform since they started.
Exactly.
Iceland out of NATO.
Nobody really cares about this except the left-green. They have like been holding this like frantically for decades. And everybody today is like, I don't know, man. Like NATO is fine. I mean, we haven't seen NATO go into like brutal war since like 1999 or something, when they were in Serbia, Yugoslavia. So like, you know, the Milosevic was at war. Yeah. So it's like, since then we haven't like had like controversial about this. No. But I don't know. It's like the left wing, and Katrin Jakobsdóttir is the prime minister, and she is somehow okay with this, obviously, and I think that the left wing is they are facing a very tough elections in 3 years though. It's like there's a long time to
It is a long time.
Yeah.
But the party itself is facing an existential crisis, I think.
I mean, they're just governing. Yeah. That's the shit you get to take when you're governing. It's like,
but like amongst the party members, like what is it called? Well, just the voters for the party. People, you know, join up with political parties for a reason, because of their major platform points and the things that they stand for. And if you abandon platform points such as anti-militarism, if you like pay lip service to environmentalism, but don't really do anything like significant in that direction, if you cover for like the worst excesses of the capitalists in this country, you start to ask yourself, why am I in this party again?
Like I said, I mean, I think there are. This is going to be rough 3 years, and if they're lucky, they will keep their. I mean, they will be around 10 or 15%. But I mean, but at the same time, we have a very good government. They're like government, like in a very stable. Sorry, this word, which means that
stable. Yes.
Yeah, I mean they're not good in the sense of like good or evil.
Right.
They're just stable. We haven't had a stable government for a long time now. So it's a good change though. So I don't know. Perhaps that will work with them.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it could very well. And being in the position of being the party that's leading the coalition, it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time, isn't it? Because you can take credit for all the great stuff, but you also take the blame for all the bad stuff.
Yeah, and the Independence Party never does anything like take it. And the best thing is the Progress Party, the third party, is in the coalition.
The Progressive Party,
yeah, but they're like in free writing this stuff.
Pretty much. That's kind of what they do. Like for the first time in their history, they're not like the worst people in the government.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, that's it for us. Please like and subscribe. And also, like, if you have questions, if you want to know something about the Icelandic news environment, or even more about these stories, then please comment and like and all of this stuff. You know how to do this. We will be here as soon as possible, hopefully. Until then, and thanks.
Bye.